There's a silent code among military veterans, a kind of knowledge that isn't taught in books but earned through decades of service, discipline, and resilience. After 60, these men don't abandon training, they refine it. They know the enemy has changed. It's no longer the battlefield, but the loss of muscle mass, the creeping imbalance, and the fragility that can come with age. To fight back, they've forged a strategic routine of exercises, built from experience and adapted to the reality of the mature body. In this video, you'll gain access to that very plan. 7 carefully chosen military exercises, adapted to keep veterans strong, agile, and ready well into their 70s. If your goal is to age with full independence, this video was made for you. The first exercise on our list is the classic military march, but with a key adaptation that makes all the difference: adding ankle weights. By adding light ankle weights, between 2 to 5 pounds, you transform the march into a strategic drill for rebuilding key muscles that tend to shut down with age. The hip flexors and quadriceps, which are vital for lifting the leg and stabilizing the body, are the first to weaken after 60. When they lose strength, simple actions like standing from a chair or reacting to a stumble become harder. But here's the good news. These muscles don't need to fade away. They just need a reason to come back online. And this is it. But muscle is only the beginning. The weighted march also trains something more subtle and more critical: proprioception. That's your body's internal GPS, helping you know where you are in space without even looking. As this fades with age, reflexes slow and balance wavers. The controlled motion of marching retrains that system step by step, so your reactions become quicker and your posture more aligned. There's more. Each lift of the leg acts like a pump, pushing blood upward, helping to improve circulation and reduce swelling in the lower legs. And unlike high-impact exercises, this movement stimulates your metabolism without stressing the joints, ideal for boosting muscle protein synthesis and fighting sarcopenia, the natural muscle loss that accelerates past 60. So how do you do it safely and effectively? Stand tall, feet hip-width apart, shoulders relaxed, and core gently engaged. Begin marching in place by lifting one knee to a comfortable height. There's no need to aim for hip level. Lower the legs slowly, then repeat with the opposite side. Focus on balance, rhythm, and control, not speed or height. Inhale as your foot returns to the ground. Exhale as you lift the opposite leg. If you need support, stay close to a wall or chair. What matters is precision, not perfection. Start with 2 to 3 sets of 30 seconds of marching. As you feel stronger, increase to 1 to 2 minutes per set. The second exercise is the single-leg Romanian deadlift. Among the most valuable movements to maintain strength and mobility after 60, the Romanian deadlift, often called the stiff, is one of the best. It strengthens the glutes and hamstrings, which are key for posture, walking power, and protecting your lower back. It also teaches your body to bend from the hips instead of rounding the spine, a skill that makes daily activities like lifting, climbing stairs, or standing up much safer. Now, don't let the name scare you. You don't have to start with the most advanced version. Think of this exercise as a journey of progression, with small, safe steps that gradually prepare your muscles, balance, and posture until you feel ready for the full Romanian deadlift. The first step is the basic 2-leg hip hinge. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart and a soft bend in the knees. Place a broomstick or dowel along your back, keeping it in contact with your head, mid-back, and tailbone. This ensures your spine stays straight. From there, push your hips back slowly, like you're trying to close a car door with your hips, while keeping your chest lifted and your back neutral. Go only as far as you feel a gentle stretch in your hamstrings, then press through your heels and return to standing tall. Breathe in as you hinge down, exhale as you come up. Once that feels natural, you can try the split stance hip hinge. Place one foot slightly behind the other, with just the toes of the back foot on the floor for balance. Perform the same hip hinge movement, focusing most of the work on the front leg. This version starts to challenge your stability while still giving you support. The next step is the rear foot elevated hinge. Stand with one foot resting lightly on a low bench or step behind you. The front leg now carries most of the effort. Keep your hips square, spine straight, and core gently engaged as you hinge forward. This stage builds even more strength in the glutes and hamstrings while continuing to train balance. Finally, when you've built confidence and stability, you can progress to the single-leg Romanian deadlift. Here, one leg supports your weight, while the other extends naturally behind you. Hold a light dumbbell in the hand opposite to the standing leg, hinge from the hips, and lower the weight toward the floor, keeping your back flat and shoulders level. If balance feels shaky, You can keep the toes of your back foot touching the floor lightly for support. Remember, the goal isn't to reach the floor or lift heavy weights. Even a small hinge, done with control, activates the right muscles and protects your spine. Always move slowly, breathe steadily, and focus on form over depth. Inhale at the bottom of the movement. Exhale during the lift. Engage the core gently to support. And the third major exercise is the weighted heel raise. The weighted heel raise is a deceptively simple movement that delivers deep, functional strength, especially when combined with a load on the shoulders, such as dumbbells or a secured backpack. For men over 60, this variation is not just about calf development. It's about reinforcing the chain of muscles and joints that support upright posture, energy efficiency, and lower limb circulation. As the heels lift off the ground, the calf muscles contract forcefully, but the benefits go beyond strength alone. This movement stimulates the venous pump in the lower legs, helping drive blood back toward the heart, an essential function that often becomes sluggish with age and reduced mobility. Regular practice can help reduce the sensation of heavy legs, ankle stiffness, and chronic swelling. Adding weight to the shoulders increases the demand on the entire kinetic chain. The body must stabilize the spine, hips, and knees simultaneously, turning this into a compound movement that also trains balance and alignment under pressure. This mimics real-life situations, such as carrying groceries, walking on uneven terrain, or wearing gear during outdoor activities, making the exercise highly transferable. To perform safely, stand tall with your feet parallel and about hip-width apart. Hold a light pair of dumbbells or wear a well-fitted backpack with light weight, 5 to 10 pounds to start. Slowly press through the balls of your feet, lifting the heels while keeping your body vertical and controlled. Pause briefly at the top to reinforce the contraction, then lower the heels back down slowly. Inhale at the bottom of the movement, exhale during the lift. Engage the core gently to support spinal alignment throughout. If balance is a concern, stand near a counter or stable surface for light fingertip support. Begin with 2 sets of 10 repetitions, gradually increasing to 3 sets as endurance improves. This movement builds stamina from the ground up. It supports joint integrity, enhances circulation, and strengthens the physical confidence needed for daily demands. For those who struggle with balance or have reduced strength, an easier variation is to perform the movement while seated in a chair, with feet flat on the ground. Simply lift your heels while keeping your toes on the floor, feeling the calf contraction. As you gain strength and confidence, you can progress to the standing version and then to a step variation, where the heels start from a lower position, increasing the range of motion and intensifying the muscle activation. And before we continue, don't forget to share this content with someone you'd like to see age well by your side. I'd love to know more about you. Drop your age and where you're tuning in from down in the comments. The next exercise is the unilateral farmer's walk. When you carry a single dumbbell or kettlebell in one hand and walk slowly and deliberately, the entire opposite side of your body has to activate to prevent you from tipping or twisting. Your core, hips, spine, shoulders, and grip all work together in perfect coordination just to keep you walking in a straight line. This is not just strength training, it's an anti-rotation challenge, which is essential for preserving balance and posture as we age. The unilateral version adds another layer, asymmetry. And that's where the real value lies. Life rarely loads us evenly. We carry groceries on one side, pick up a grandchild, reach sideways, or pull ourselves up. The unilateral farmer's walk mimics this everyday reality, preparing your body to handle real-world physical demands more confidently. Now, let's talk execution. Start by choosing a moderate weight dumbbell or kettlebell, something heavy enough to feel, but light enough to control. Stand tall, feet shoulder width apart, holding the weight in one hand at your side. Keep the shoulders square, the chest lifted, and the core braced, like you're resisting being pulled sideways. Begin walking in a straight line for 10 to 20 feet, or simply march in place if space is limited. Move slowly. Each step should be deliberate. Breathe naturally. Avoid holding your breath. Once you complete the distance or time, switch sides and repeat. For added safety, keep your gaze forward, not down. If needed, walk near a wall for balance, and don't let the weight rest against your thigh. Hold it slightly away from the body to increase muscle engagement. Start with 2 sets of 20 to 30 seconds per side. Gradually increase duration or weight as stability improves. The benefits? Stronger obliques and spinal stabilizers, improved grip strength, better shoulder alignment, and a direct reduction in fall risk. This exercise teaches your body how to stay centered, how to resist unexpected forces, and how to move with strength under uneven load, all of which become more important with every passing decade. Once you've built that core integrity and postural control through the unilateral farmer's walk, it's time to shift focus to one of the most important and functional movements of all, the squat. Squats are one of the most essential movements for maintaining strength and independence after 60. They're not just an exercise, they're a rehearsal for life. Getting out of a chair, standing from the bed, bending to tie your shoes. The stronger your squat, the more confidently you move through the day. For older adults, starting with a bodyweight squat to a chair is the safest way to learn the pattern. Stand with your feet slightly wider than hip width, toes angled slightly outward. Begin by pushing your hips back. Imagine reaching for a chair behind you, while keeping your chest tall and your spine neutral. Lower yourself slowly until your hips just touch the chair, then press through your heels to stand back up. Inhale on the way down, exhale as you rise. This foundational version trains the glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, and core, all without placing stress on the joints. It also improves coordination and balance, especially when done slowly and with control. Once the movement feels stable and natural, it's time to increase the challenge with Weiwa dumbbell squats. Hold a light dumbbell in each hand at your sides or one dumbbell vertically at chest level, known as a goblet position. This added resistance increases muscular demand, activates the upper body to maintain posture, and improves grip strength, all in one motion. The key with weighted squats is to maintain form. Don't rush, don't chase depth, and don't lean forward. Keep the knees tracking in line with the toes and focus on quality over quantity. Start with 2 sets of 8 repetitions using just your body weight. Once you're ready, progress to dumbbell squats using 5 to 10 pounds per hand, increasing reps or sets gradually as strength improves. After building power in the legs and hips with squats, it's time to shift our attention to a critical but often neglected area, the shoulders. As we age, the shoulder joint becomes more vulnerable to stiffness, weakness, and postural imbalances. That's why the next movement, lateral raises with light dumbbells, is so important. It targets the deltoid muscles, improves shoulder function, and supports upper body symmetry, all of which play a key role in balance and injury prevention. To perform the lateral raise safely, begin with dumbbells between 2 and 5 pounds. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart, arms relaxed at your sides, and palms facing inward. Engage your core and keep a soft bend in your elbows. Slowly lift both arms out to the sides until they reach shoulder height, no higher. Then lower them back down with control. The movement should be smooth and deliberate. Inhale as you prepare at the bottom. Exhale as you raise the weights. Avoid swinging, shrugging, or locking your elbows. Your shoulders should stay away from your ears, and your chest should remain open. If you feel any discomfort or instability, try the exercise seated or with one arm at a time. This provides better support and control, especially during the initial stages of training. Start with 2 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions, resting 30 to 60 seconds between sets. Focus on form, not the weight. With consistency, you'll feel greater shoulder stability, improved posture, and more confidence in your ability to move, lift, and reach throughout the day. While the shoulders play a key role in lifting and reaching, it's the upper back that maintains posture, keeps the spine aligned, and prevents that forward slump that tends to creep in with age. To counter that, we move to one of the most important postural exercises in this entire routine, the bent over row. This exercise specifically targets the muscles of the upper and mid back, including the rhomboids, trapezius, and latissimus dorsi. These are the postural muscles that keep your shoulders pulled back, your chest open, and your spine supported. By strengthening them, you actively fight against the shrinking forward that often accompanies aging. Rows are perfect for home workouts, as they can be performed using backpacks filled with books, water bottles, or any other equivalent weight in each hand. To execute the movement correctly, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and hold a weight in each hand. Slightly bend your knees and lean your torso forward, keeping your back straight and core engaged to avoid strain on your lower back. From this position, pull the weights toward your body, bending your elbows and bringing them close to your ribs. The movement should be controlled, focusing on engaging the back muscles. At the top, hold for 1 second, then slowly lower the weights back to the starting position. Proper breathing helps with execution. Inhale as you lower the weights and exhale as you pull them up. This improves stability and control during the movement. It's important to avoid common mistakes while performing the exercise. The first mistake is rounding the back. which can cause lower back pain and reduce muscle activation in the right areas. To prevent this, always engage your core and keep your chest slightly open. Another mistake is using momentum to lift the weights instead of relying on back muscles. The movement should be slow and controlled. Additionally, be mindful not to shrug your shoulders during the pull, as this shifts tension to the trapezius, reducing the effectiveness of the exercise.